Today, I'm going to talk about emotionally immature parents. First, what does it mean to be emotionally immature? People who are emotionally immature have these traits. They're highly defensive and emotionally reactive. They blame other people for what they feel, and they rarely look inwards or self reflect. They feel very upset if people don't see their point of view and tend to invalidate them. They can be highly controlling of other people, and they struggle with taking accountability for their behavior. So, here are some signs you were raised by an emotionally immature parent. One, your parent was highly emotionally reactive. Parents who can't regulate emotionally really struggle with stress. They have something called a low frustration tolerance. And this means that even small inconveniences or issues become a really big deal. And they might have intense shifts in emotions, seemingly out of nowhere. High reactivity might look like watching your parent have emotional outbursts, breaking down emotionally, crying, or watching them throw a temper tantrum when things don't go as planned, yelling, screaming. It might look like being threatened or punished when you felt an emotion, or having unpredictable responses, which means you never knew how a parent was going to react. It can also look like giving the silent treatment, where something or anything caused the parent to pretend that you don't exist at all. And what this teaches us is that it's not safe for us to feel or express our emotions. It creates hypervigilance, where we're on edge, always looking for cues and trying to guess how our parent is going to react. Sign number two, your parent was emotionally unavailable. Emotionally immature parents are usually emotionally unavailable. This means that they invalidate their children and their emotions. An example of this is when you went up to your parent growing up to tell them that you were upset, and they told you it's not a big deal, or it could have been worse. Maybe they even told you that you were being too sensitive or too dramatic. What this really is the parent feeling uncomfortable around your emotions. So they dismiss your emotions to try to make their own discomfort go away. Emotionally unavailable parents, they might also expect their child to raise themselves, leave them alone, feed themselves. They might avoid communication altogether. They might never show affection or talk about any emotions. They might be dismissive about their children's interests or their preferences, not care. They might only interact with their child when being critical, or they might punish or shame their child anytime that they're upset. What this teaches us is that our emotions are something to repress or to feel ashamed of. And this creates a pattern when we're adults where we feel insecure or anxious expressing ourselves emotionally. Sign number three, all of the focus was on them. Emotionally immature parents are extremely self focused. They don't really have the capacity that a mature person has to step outside of themselves and their own perspective to see how things impact their children or other people. So, from a young age, you start to learn that your needs don't matter, that it's your subconscious role to take care of your parent and their needs. Self focus can look like expecting a child to never upset a parent, blaming a child for the parent's actions by saying, "Look what you made me do." It can look like emotional dumping on the child, telling the child how difficult they are and all of the sacrifices they made for them. What this teaches us is that we need to reject our own needs to keep the connection with our parents. When your first relationship with a parent is one where your needs aren't getting met and all of the focus is on your parent, you start to believe that you're not worthy of being loved, of being taken care of, that your thoughts and opinions, that they don't matter. This is how people pleasing starts because you learn to cater to everyone else's feelings while at the same time ignoring your own. Sign number four, they were obsessed with appearance. Emotionally immature parents are really focused on how they look as a parent and how the family measures up. But there is little or no focus on how people actually feel. You might have seen that your parent was one type of person in the home and a completely different person in public. Maybe you even heard them praising you or bragging about you to friends, but they never said any of it to you directly and were probably actually critical towards you. Or maybe they had you keeping secrets or asked you to hide certain things to manage how you look to other people or to those around you. Your parent wasn't really concerned with your inner emotional world, but they were highly concerned with how people viewed you and with how they looked as a parent. What this teaches us is that deception, secrets, and appearance are a normal part of life, and that our focus should be on what we look like, not how our life actually feels. If you resonate with this episode, you are not alone. It's actually really common to have emotionally immature parents. My next episode is on what you can do if you have emotionally immature parents, so make sure you subscribe. Also, I want to hear from you in the comments. Which sign do you resonate with the most?